See how much, can you see how much I've got? Okay. I'm gonna show you my favorite aloe vera limeade with chia seeds. It is great and soothing for the digestive tract. Now, if you happen to have a latex allergy, again, this is not the recipe for you, as the aloe plant does contain natural latex. All right, so I've got my stalk or my leaf here. Some people mistake aloe for agave and they think they are in the same family, and they're not. If you're familiar with the Southwest United States, we have these big gigantic agaves that could get like, 10 feet tall, and at first glance they might look similar since they both look like they would be related succulents, but they're not. Their origins are from completely different parts of the world and they're actually quite different. I've got some mint leaves which just freshen up this limeade, and it can help you use less sugar because you're tricking the taste buds. I've got limes and water. I like these little Mexican limes. I love the flavor of these, but they don't have as much juice as regular limes. So we're just gonna use regular limes because that's what most people can get their hands on. I've got 6 cups of water. This is like a 64-ounce container, and I'm like, I'm about 2/3 full on this. Now, normally these spiny pieces on the side can get relatively sharp and you might need to trim them off, but this happens to be one that's just not that bad. We don't really need to deal with it. This way, why don't I just sort of cut in half? Okay, you see that? That's the gel that we're going after, okay? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at the gel inside, and it's right along the edge of this green skin is where most of the latex is, okay? Not in the center. We're gonna cut off the edges just so that we can get this thing open. So we can fillet it. So you can either fillet it right down the middle like this and scrape the gel off, or you can try to just cut very close to the skin to remove it. So once you get that sort of started, like I have here, see that texture? That's what you're working with. You're working with this texture. It's kind of gross, but it is what it is. So see how I've got my nail underneath it? So I'm pulling back and I'm just gently slicing this skin off. See how much, can you see how much I've got? Okay, so that's going to be plenty. The taste of this is, it's a little bitter. Like, it has a bitter aftertaste, but while you're eating it, it doesn't really have any flavor as you're eating it. Now that I have this strip that I'm done with that can be discarded, I could take this and rub it on my face for a skin treatment. If you're trying to, heal a sunburn or try to deal with acne and you're trying to see if aloe vera helps, take advantage of these pieces and just go give yourself a little treatment. So now we're going to work on the limes. Maybe 6 limes. I mean, these are the size of lemons, so these are like pretty good sized limes. So I'm going to do about 6 of them. Do it to taste. Obviously, the more limes you use, the more tart this is going to be, the more sugar you're going to want to use to compensate. So if you're really trying to cut back on the sugar, don't use as many limes. I promise you, if you just use 1 or 2 limes, this drink is going to taste like limes. See, I've got like a good handful of mint. We're going to put all of this mint in the blender, okay? Probably going to do 1/4 of a cup of agave. That is really sweet. Okay, so for the limes, you can squeeze the juice out of the limes. It's a lot of work, but it's a great way to do it. Or you can just cut the rind off, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so now I'm going to run that through a strainer to get rid of the pulp. We add the chia seeds afterwards. Oh, I love the smell. It smells so fresh. So you see how many air bubbles I've got? You can just scrape the air bubbles off with a spoon. And what that air does is it oxidizes the juice that you're trying to drink. I'm not using a vacuum blender. This is just a standard Vitamix. If you invest in a vacuum blender, if you've been thinking about getting one, that will help pump all of the air out of the container first before you blend it, so you don't end up with these air bubbles. I just have my old strainer like this that I like to use. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That way you can be part of my official Curiosity Guru community. But you see that beautiful, like, fresh green color? I love that so much. Let's see. That's good for me. You're gonna transfer it to your container and then you mix in the chia. So comment below if you have a different experience with limes than I do. But I find that anything made with lemon juice, I can put it in the fridge and I can leave it a few days and it still tastes the same. I find that limes get bitter when they are left in the fridge. So when I make lime juice of any sort, I like to drink it within 24 hours. Maybe it's just me, but I find that there's a big flavor difference. We're putting it in our container and we're gonna add some chia seeds. So this one, my notes say 4:1 liquid to chia ratio, meaning they're gonna expand that much. So I'm probably gonna use, and guys, this is not an exact science or an exact measurement. Do you see how many chia seeds I have in this capful? Probably a teaspoonful. I would not do more than a tablespoon, okay? In here. That's good. Give it a stir and you know, you'll be ready to drink this probably in like 10 minutes. These will start to plump up. You can see there are plenty of chia seeds in here and they're gonna swell up. So you don't want more than that. You're not trying to drink chia pudding. This is what I'm working with. As far as this goes, you can't even really taste the aloe vera. I mean, you don't taste it. Oh, see this drip here? How it's kind of like that yellowish, whitish color? That would be some latex. So enjoy. Let me know what you think. Again, we've just simply got aloe vera gel, limes, mint, some kind of sweetener, and then at the end, you're adding chia seeds.